When donors offer a restricted gift, it is easy to stress about how to properly handle the situation. A restricted gift is when a donor offers a nonprofit financial support through a fund or will. However, they have specific instructions about how the money is to be used. Restricted gifts in some instances can be seen as sketchy because of the questionable motives behind the donor's gifts. Some people may view the restriction of the gift as benefiting the donor more than the actual recipients of the gift. Now I'll be discussing the ethical dilemma that this situation presents to a nonprofit called Affordable Housing for All through the Potter Box. I am the executive director of a regionally driven nonprofit called Affordable Housing for All, whose mission is to provide low-income families with housing options. After being 1 year into our new expansion plan, which is to bring our services to a nearby town to the west, the nonprofit is facing an ethical dilemma. A donor has offered a restricted gift that requires us to expand our services to another town nearby, but outside our original plan. However, the gift would be enough to cover both the original plan and the additional town. My values include transparency, accuracy, truthfulness, accountability, commitment, and stewardship. The donor values philanthropy and commitment, and in this situation, the well-being of the additional town he wants to be added to the nonprofit's expansion plan. When applying this ethical principle, I would determine the mean between two vices, that which depends on excess and that which depends on defect. I would say that finding the mean between these two extremes would start with holding a meeting with the donor to be able to better understand why he wants to add the town to the expansion plan. Then I would also analyze the restricted gift itself to know what the donor's restrictions are exactly. In both of these steps, I would include the employees of the nonprofit in order to maintain my value of commitment to the organization. Next, I would hold a meeting with the Affordable Housing for All executive team to determine how exactly to accept the donor's support without allowing the original expansion plan to be taken over by the donor. Kahn's categorical imperative believes that ethics are objective and that any genuine moral obligation can be universalized. Therefore, in this situation, I cannot accept this restricted gift unless I can will that it become a universal law for all nonprofits to always accept restricted gifts. Mill's principle of utility states that the good end must be promoted and the bad end must be restrained. In this case, the good end would be to help as many families as possible, and the bad end would be to limit the number of families that would be able to receive these services. In this situation, if I accept the gift, I would be able to provide the greatest happiness for the greatest number because the nonprofit would have the financial ability to serve an additional town. In this case, my loyalties are my duty to my organization, duty to society, and duty to my clients and donors. The loyalties of this donor are clearly to society for their generous donation to Affordable Housing for All. Therefore, I chose Aristotle's mean because it finds the middle state between the two using practical wisdom. This would allow Affordable Housing for All to consult the donor and come to a compromise that fulfills both the donor's wishes and the nonprofit's needs.